Hello everyone. Welcome to Art Town Podcast Series, or ATPS as we like to call it. Every week on Friday, we feature art and design professionals who take us through their journey in this fascinating world of art. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify. And with that, let's continue with the show and dive deep into the ocean of art. Have you ever seen a sketch or a painting that looks too real to not be a photograph? Because this time we have with us one such artist who literally puts life into a painting. She is Shruti Kulkarni. She has been awarded with national level awards for her remarkable artistic skills. Along with mastering more than 10 painting styles, she also performs one more art, that is, the art of teaching. Even after being a civil engineer and an interior designer, she not only chose to pursue her passion for art, but also took a vow to make people understand the importance of art in their life through her art classes. So let us dive into our interesting conversation about why world without art is just incomplete. How are you and how is lockdown treating you?
Yeah, I'm doing great and thank you. Hope you are doing well too.
Yeah.
Not much has changed my life due to this pandemic actually, because we artists are often busy in creating art, and so I am.
I have noticed that many people are pursuing art in this lockdown and creating their own Instagram pages and uploading their art forms on social media platforms. So Arton has actually bring out the artistic side of people. So what do you think about that?
Yes. Actually, during this lockdown, I personally feel that everybody gets so much time to do various things. As for most of us, with people are working from home and getting extra time to develop their hobbies and skills as they have always wanted to. So as an artist, I know for the fact that every artist has, some kind of list of paintings and photographs, so much of art forms. Um, so, so every artist or the person who are interested in the art, they get some time to develop these skills and to learn the new things.
You know a lot of art forms. So when did you start learning painting and different art forms? And how did you manage to learn so many different types of painting styles?
Okay. Actually, I have been learning and practicing art since the age of 7 years. And I had never thought of taking it up as a profession. It was just more of a hobby for me. I basically worked in 10 to 12 different art mediums. It's just actually my love for art who has inspired me to learn all these art forms. And the different art forms that I've worked in is like acrylic, oil paintings, soft pastel, and many more. And each these mediums has some speciality which brings a different effects and feel towards that artwork. So that just inspired me to learn all these art forms.
That's really very impressive when I checked your TV and I got to know that you know so many art forms. It literally blew my mind.
Yes, thank you.
So you take art classes or painting classes for full time?
Yes. I'm completely a full-time artist now.
So being an engineer and an interior designer, what made you choose this art field that too for a full time?
Yes, and as I told you that I had never thought of taking it as a profession, it just as a hobby for me. So I just started taking orders for the custom artworks in the year of 2015 during my engineering. And this gave me the much needed confidence to start my own. And gradually I learned that the people love and admire my artwork too. And then I chose to be a freelance artist. And until now, my art journey has been just fulfilling and full of growth now. So it just
really very motivating.
Yeah.
And because giving up such kind of career that just to pursue your love for art is like
yes, truly. Yes.
So when you just shifted from a very technical kind of a career like engineering to a full-time artist, did you get any resistance from your family or anything?
Um, Actually, what can I say about my family actually? For this, all the credit goes to my understanding parents only, who never pressurize me regarding my career choices or anything. They always want me to do whatever I love and enjoy. So I feel so lucky and grateful about it. But about the community and the society, many of the society believe that I have wasted 4 years of my life in doing the graduation. But in the actual, it's quite integrated. See, civil engineering requires a certain degree of artistic knowledge to construct the houses. And interior designers decorate the living spaces, which again is a work of artists. So some people appreciate me about switching my path from technical to art field, and some of them are not. So most important thing is my family support. So that doesn't me give any circumstances or something. Yes,
So
family
I must,
support is important for everyone.
yeah, very true. I've won a lot of national level competitions,
Okay.
as I read.
Yes.
So, what do you think is the most important quality that an artist needs to have?
Any aspiring artist has to learn that the gratification is in the doing and not in the result. Actually, it's important to enjoy the process of learning and creating any particular art form or artwork, and not looking for the results only, because art is a source of happiness and the purpose. Only then one can create the art which is emotionally stirring and immensely impactful. So it's really, really important that you just enjoy whatever you are doing, not for the end results.
Yeah, that was so inspiring to hear. As you said right now, what does art mean to you? And what do you want to convey through your art whenever you are doing some kind of artwork? What do you want to convey through it?
Art to me, I can say, is an outlet for my emotion and the creativity. In another word, I can say it's a creative process to communicate the expression to the world. The more I connect with the art and more it delivers my emotions to the viewer. So for me, it's just a soothing language, full of colors, expressions, what we can say, and everything. So I put into it. So it's just the entire world for me. The art is just completely my world.
Wow, wow. When you are performing any art, and there are so many art forms that you know, which one of the art forms you enjoy doing the most?
Uh, mm, Specifically, if you are asking me, the favorite art form is the stippling artwork. And the stippling artwork is often called as the pointillism. As the name itself, it is basically a dot work, where the whole art piece is created entirely out of the paint dots only. We can't use any lines or something over there. So different artists create the different types of artwork with this stippling art form. But I use this medium effectively to bring about the stone carving effect to my paintings. If you check my Instagram or Facebook page, then you can see my stippling artworks there. The reason why I like this particular art form from among the all the other art mediums is because the amount of patience it takes. Whenever I'm creating any stippling artwork, I just seriously go into the meditative state. So, but the end result makes all the extra work worth for it. So I just love this art form.
Wow, and I have checked out your Instagram profile, and even the sketches that you have posted are so amazing. That are those couple of sketches are some of the very best sketches I've ever seen. So that's really very good.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. So, what do you think is a role of an artist in our society?
See, artists have played a very major role throughout the human evolution, and there are so many ancient and modern history art are the proofs of this fact. Artists and their artwork always inspires the future generations. to come forward and to become an artist or to create something creative. So I personally believe that the knowledge helps the mind to grow, and art helps to heart to life. So artists play the major role.
You are taking art classes for what age group?
I'm taking actually before 3 years ago. I've taken the art classes from the age of 4 years to the 65 years. But
Wow.
Right now I'm taking the online classes for the age about the 15 years only.
Okay. So, any kind of a student's memory that you have who was very, who had a very different take on art and who was a very, whose story you feel everybody should know? Such kind of student did you come in contact with?
Okay. Actually, the young students who are at the age of between the 20 to 30, like that, have that much potential, or they can create, or they can learn any kind of art form. But at the age of, after the age of 50 years, they have just doing it as a hobby. So it's just a inspiring thing for everyone that if you're passing the age of 50 years or 60 years, then you should be keep learning. I have so many students at of the age of 60, 65 years. At the 2016, I think, one auntie is in my class who is of the age 65 years around. So they are so much interested in learning all the art forms which I can work in. So that's the most inspiring thing for me. So and they just learn it with from the bottom of their heart. So I just
as a teacher, you are absolutely contributing a lot to the society.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
Who is someone who keeps inspiring you in your art journey?
Not any particular person, but I believe that there is always so much learn from the people who have crossed the path in my life. And yes, I have definitely learned a lot from my fellow artists too. Particularly talking about the two members in my family who have helped me or inspires me in my art journey is my mother and my elder sister. They both are so creative person. My elder sister is very good at in crafting, and my mother is she was very good in cloth painting and making soft toys and all these craft things. Actually, my mother is my very first teacher. So these two persons have been the strength behind all my endeavors, artistic journey.
Glad to know that you have got it from your mother.
Yes.
Yeah. So every kind of a profession has its pros and its cons. So
Yes.
what is something that you like and dislike about the artwork?
For the last 17 years, I have been learning art and working professionally from the last 5 years. The thing that I like the most about the art is its vastness. There is no end to the things that you can learn and create. One can be a student of art for all over his life. You can keep learning throughout your life. There are a number of ways in which you can develop yourself. So it's just limitless and endless, we can say. And the other thing, we can say the only thing I dislike about the artwork is that the artists are always underappreciated and never considered as a professional. People don't give the price or respect that artists are really worth, and that's why there are not enough opportunities for the artists to grow themselves. And so the parents are just therefore hesitant to let their children to take up as an art profession. Yeah. They keep telling their children it's just a hobby. You cannot choose this art thing like your profession. So there are the things that I don't like most.
Very important thing that you mentioned right now, that artists are usually underrated, and
Yes.
that's why they don't get much opportunities, and that's why usually parents hesitate to send their child in a art field. So what do you think can be changed to bridge this gap?
I think people should, up till now, the people always said that this is an ultimate motive of of a human being is to earn. Earning is the main thing, is the most important thing. So mainly the common people think that we cannot earn enough money from this art thing, because the people are not appreciated to this kind of art form. So I just want to tell the people that you just keep appreciate whatever the artist is creating their artwork.
You at least value their time that he or she invests in creating the particular artwork.
Actually, and once common people like us start recognizing artists and start giving them the respect that they deserve, so that in that case, people will, there will be a lot of change and people will actually think of taking up art as a career.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So, right now, I'll just ask you a few things and you have to give quick tips on those things, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So, 3 tips about your favorite art form. That is like stippling.
Yes, my stippling art form occurs. First is it's like a therapeutic completely. Second one is patience. It increases the patience level, and the third one is just it creates a masterpiece. So
yeah. And 3 tips to be a better artist.
The most important is first one is the patience. Yes, you should be the patient when you're creating something. Secondly, just stay humble. If you really want to learn the new thing. And the third most important to every artist is the practice. You must practice daily.
Okay. And 3 things you learned in your life journey as an artist.
The very first and most important thing that I learned throughout my life is never lose your calmness. Always be calm. Then second one is the positivity. I always keep looking at the bright side of the things. And the third one is the hard work and persistence. So these are the 3 things that I've learned throughout my life.
That was really insightful and inspirational. And so you are you teach art to people.
Yes.
So what do you dream through this, and what do you think is your dream by being the art teacher for students? Is there a dream, kind of a project in your mind that you want to implement in your future?
Yes, I have. Because I have 2 dreams actually, not just the one. But individually speaking, I'm a freelance artist as well as an art teacher. So individually speaking, I want to create the artwork that earn a lot of praise and recognition nationally and internationally, especially to my stippling artwork. And not just that, I want to spread my knowledge of art far and wide, and for which I just want to establish one art institute of my own someday. So these are my 2 kind of dream jobs.
I hope those dreams come true someday.
Yeah.
So you are an engineer, and very less people have that courage to just switch their career, that is from a whole technical domain to completely non-technical and artistic domain.
Yes.
So what do you want to suggest any engineer or any person who is working in technical field to want to pursue art?
Well, it's rightly said that in India, we first become an engineer and then decide what to do with your life. Because, it's a mindset in India that after 10, then go for the 12th and then choose any stream, engineer or doctor. These are the only 2 streams that every people who can decide their life. Right. Mm-hmm. So, but they never understand the passion or interest of that particular person or their child. So to those engineers who is pursuing any form of art, I would just like to say that learn all that. There is learn about your art in your student life itself. Furthermore, if we talk about the technological process allows us to merge the art with the technology. And if these artists merge their art with the technology, they'll surely create a masterpiece. So I just want to say that never leave your art kind of thing. Just keep learning.
Okay. Right now, you just mentioned that you can merge art with technology. Can you give me any example how to do that?
I'm a civil engineer, and after that I have done the diploma in the interior designing. So I just merge I'm an artist, so I just merge my artistic thing in the designing of any interior of the house. So these are the technical things that I merge particularly.
So people can take up architecture or interior design.
Yes.
They want to be connected to technology as well as art, right?
Yes. Or if any particular person is in the IT sector or something, to relax your mind, you need something. Whether it's a singing or whether it's a dancing or whether it's a painting, you just need something to relax your mind. So I just want to say that you have something to do.
Even if somebody is doing their career in technical field, they can actually use art as a form of relaxation, which is very important.
Not for as a like a profession or something.
Yeah.
You can keep it as a hobby too.
Yeah, very true. So it was really nice talking to you, and there were some really inspiring things that you said in this interview, and that's why any kind of message that you want our fellow listeners to
Yes. To the artist inside of every listener out there, I would just like to say this: the art resides in each of us in some form or another. So realize your potential and just cultivate it. God has blessed each one of us with a particular talent. So don't get upset or be shy of failure, because the temporary failures are the key to long-lasting success. And just have a faith in yourself, and you'll definitely get what you seek. So all the best for everyone, and just take care.
It was so inspiring to talk to you, and thank you for joining us.
Let's break it down. The one who is listening to this podcast, do you think you are happy with what you are doing right now? If yes, then you can skip to the end. But if no, stick with me. So, where does the problem start? The problem starts right from the time when you are just a small kid and one day you have to take a big decision of what you want to do professionally throughout your life. But your parents tend to make this decision for you according to their knowledge. They assume what you can do good and decide your future according to your grades. And in this situation, it might happen that you are forced to choose a field you are not interested in. And in this way, you are bound in the stereotype of the safest career option. Nobody asks you what you want to do in your life, what you are good at, and most importantly, what will keep you happy. On the other hand, there are some lucky ones among us who have been asked this question, but because of the lack of awareness and indecisiveness of an innocent kid that we are at that time, most of us could not take this decision on our own, leading to involvement of parents again. So, is it our parents' mistake then? No, it's not. Do you really think that your parents can answer what you can be happy doing? Of course not, because even most of them could not answer this question when they were in our place. Most of our parents can't suggest us a different career option as even they aren't aware of it. They grew up watching people study in a particular domain, and according to their knowledge, they try to offer their children what they feel will turn out best. Right from our childhood, we have never been exposed to all the fields. The education system we as well as our parents have grown up studying in was mostly centered to academics, and sadly, all fields were not given the same importance. The idea that naturally got cultivated in our mind was that only some particular fields can bring financial fulfillment and social status. There were very few among us who saw beyond. So this is certainly not our parents' mistake. But they'll be wrong if they force their child to pursue something and don't give their child a fair chance to speak out what they want to do. So if you think back then you weren't aware of what you wanted to do, but now you are, don't shy away from speaking it out. If you take some effort and try to clearly explain your career to your parents and tell them why you want to pursue it, they will understand. Because at the end, they just want you to be happy. It is a sad reality that in India, the major part of youth pursues mainstream career option and end up being a mediocre in their life. But it's time to spread the awareness. It's time to stop typecasting. It's time to break the convention. And it's time to follow your passion and see yourself succeed in your life. Imagine if we start following our passion and take up what we are actually good at. In that scenario, there will be more artists speaking their hearts out and spreading our country's culture throughout the world. There will be more sportspersons making our country proud, better engineers and doctors contributing to the growth of our nation. There will be a proper proportion of professionals in our society, all serving their own purpose. And besides, a satisfying career is definitely going to ensure a happier life, isn't it? Hope you liked our show. You can give your valuable feedback and suggestion of speakers you would like us to host next by writing us on www.artdown.store. Stay tuned to our channel as we are going to come up with brand new episodes every week on Friday. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify. See you soon.